What's going on, everybody? We're back at the Core Podcast, another episode 61. And Johnny, do we have a double whammy for you?
Big double whammy.
We
It's
got a
been a
twofer.
while, hasn't it?
It has been an absolute minute.
Do you feel refreshed?
Yes. Feel good. I'm ready for this. Ready to hang out with two cool blacker dudes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Madam Tank. It's a twofer. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're good.
I think you're the first like double guest we've gotten, I reckon.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But yeah.
Glad to be part of that.
Yeah.
Excellent. How are you guys doing? How's IronSwug going?
Wet.
Very wet, and today
Wet.
it's not only wet, it's cold.
Yep.
Wet and cold. Shouldn't it be summer by you? Because it's roasting here.
It's like in the mid 60s right now, a little bit of rain, so it's
Yeah,
on
I've
and
got
off. So
I got my biggest fan. It's that hot. But yeah,
Yeah, the first day we was able to dodge the rain to our first location. We just
Excellent.
left really early before it hit, and then so it hit really hard while we was giving our presentation and doing stuff there. Then we was able to get out after it was done, but about the time we got to our second location, about 2 hours before our second location,
So
it
you
just
just
started
missed it.
hammering down.
Yeah.
So that was the first and second day there, and then coming yesterday, we hit about 30 minutes of rain. Oh no, I take that back. That was after the presentation yesterday. Going to the presentation was flash flood warnings.
we're a little
Right.
late.
Even better.
good, great motorbike weather.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, for sure.
Must have sent some your way from you over to us.
We've not.
Yeah,
I
we
was a little bit wet
Yes.
today.
Yep, not me. Jesus, London's
I
been
had
just
thunderstorms.
roasting. There was a thunderstorm on Monday for like 20 minutes, and that was about it.
Yeah,
Some
it was short,
excitement. The road got a bit wet, so there was traffic. Yeah,
Do people just get nuts when it rains and they just don't know what to do?
It's kind of the
Yeah, I
opposite
find
here,
that.
to be honest. It's when the sun comes out, people just don't know what to do.
I find in
so
the
there
UK
was-
people just can't drive no matter what the weather.
There was an accident day before yesterday during that rain spot where somebody had just, had an accident in the left lane of northbound traffic. And then we've got to witness an up close and personal accident today on the way to the SolidWorks office. Brad and I are riding kind of tandem, I guess, and we got our headsets connected. And the traffic's pretty dense, especially moving in the opposite direction. But
Yeah.
I see this white bumper start to stick out of the traffic. And I'm telling Brad, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I was able to stop right before she pulled out and almost hit me. And then she sees me, so she stops, and Brad's able to squeeze between her and the next lane of traffic.
Oh,
And as soon as he
no.
passes, she kind of throws her hands up at him like it's his fault, right? And she's the one pulling out into the lane. And as soon as he passes, she goes to finish crossing, and Audi T-bones her right in front of us.
Ooh.
I mean, sets airbags off, everything, man.
Yeah,
Oh.
airbags go off. That's a write-off.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I see we got
Yeah, I don't
Heather
even
in the
think
chat
Audi's
there.
been around.
Got Eric hanging out with us as well. Saw
This guy
Brad
called
as well.
Brad. This Brad keeps commenting as well, Kirby.
I don't know.
I don't know. Can you see a resemblance towards anyone
I
on
don't know.
screen?
He seems to have a more epic beard than you, though.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Wonder if he still has it.
Joined us too, didn't she?
But yeah, like so it's been a bit an eventful little road trip. Where for those that don't know, just explain the concept of your IronSwug and where you're traveling to, where you are now, and where you're going.
All right, so we're going to step back to SolidWorks, our 3 Experience World 2020, Nashville, the first Nashville event. We're
Right
sitting in
before
our
the
State
pandemic.
Leaders Summit, and we're like, wonder what we can do. We both like ride motorcycles. We both want to do a swug tour. Why don't we just try to see what we can do?
Yeah, so we both had the idea. It was kind of almost like, I don't know which one had the idea first. I think I did. Brad probably thinks he did. But I would say it was an epiphany we both had at the same time and said, let's just ride motorcycles to the different user groups in the Southeast. I think originally it was going to be like Charleston and a few different places. And then, of course, COVID hit and shut us down. So then, step forward to last year.
Yes, except for the last year, we decided, hey, let's try to do it again. We got full support from the user group community and all of the Southeast. We had 6 meetings in 5 days through the South in July. Not smart, hot, humid, torrential downpours in some areas, but it was fun. We got to play around. Beach and SolidWorks. There's a bunch of different locations. We went all the way down to Florida. We started in Alabama, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Charlotte, and Nashville, North Carolina. And so this year we decided to go north because we didn't want to sweat, and now we're getting the other kind. It's just rain and 60s.
Yeah, as you said, we started off in Burnsville. We went to Roanoke yesterday. We've had 4 presentations up to this point, 2 weeks. I feel like they've been great presentations. They've been attended very well. I think in total we probably had 30 plus between all forms of attendance, whether it be in person or Zoom plus Teams from the Altech group. So we're able to share that with everybody. Been really good. Right now we're sitting at the SolidWorks office here at Dan's location in Philly. So yeah.
Is Dan around?
Good Philly cheesesteak today. Actually, for lunch we went to D'Alessandro's and had, in my opinion, the best Philly cheesesteak I've had in Philly so far, and that I think beats Geno's and Pat's. So don't kill me for saying that. I know people die for Geno's and Pat's, but I feel like D'Alessandro's may have beat them.
Yeah. Yeah, so the whole idea is just go meeting to meeting on the motorcycle and cover 5 meetings in 5 days this year. So yeah, it's been
that's a hell of an effort, Kirby. I think we agree.
Yeah, those are some of the images from last year. Those are really good images we have from last year that you guys are showing there.
Yeah, that footage earlier was great. And for those that want to check this out, it's all on IronSwug.com. There's a link down in the description. But have you ever thought about talking to like motorbike manufacturers or stuff to get involved, get more bikes involved?
We could. We thought about that. I think we got some plans for the future. I feel like, we're really hitting hard this year, having a finale at Waltham. It's like, how do you beat things? And every year you have to think of what to do. Mm-hmm. And so I think there's maybe some room for some of that stuff coming in the future for sure. Yeah, thanks for showing off IronSwug.com. We love the website we created this year. I think we did a great job on it, so I just love people seeing it and going to it. And if you go to track us, you can you can see right there what we've done up to this point. Refresh that and it'll automatically load for you, or it should.
Don't click on it yet. It'll auto move. There you go. So that's where we're currently at, and that's the track we've been on this week. Yeah. So far.
So you started there.
And then if you click the photos over on the Facebook side, you can see all the photos for this year so far too. Up, second tab on that. Yeah, there you can do that too. Yeah. So at the top, right underneath where it says IronSwug, there's a tab that says photos. Down just there you go.
So you get Betty Baker in the chat. Oh, and a certain Isaiah Ebernickel has joined in from across the room from us.
That's my
we'll
son.
Take any viewers.
He does a great job. He's a 14-year-old that loves motorbikes, or as you guys would call it, motorcycles. He just really enjoys being out on the road with us, and he's a huge help. Heather met him last year. He's just helps us carry stuff in, take stuff down, set stuff up, and he just really supports the effort.
Well, Eric's got a good idea. Why don't you circle the globe next time?
That's what we want to do. We want to circle the globe, go different places and do different things for sure. We do have on the first page of our IronSwug.com, if you scroll down on that first page, where would you like to see IronSwug go next year or in the future in general?
Yeah.
England.
You got to talk to Dan about that one.
Boom.
There we go.
But yeah, like it's absolutely epic. You get to do 2 things that you love: talk about SolidWorks and ride motorbikes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
smash 2 of our hobbies together and make something epic with it. So
Yep.
it's fun.
Definitely.
I mean, Heather thinks she should go to Colorado. From the pictures I've seen, that looks like a nice place to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
I think that would be a good place to go too.
I mean,
We've got a few things we've talked about. We've talked about, rolling up through maybe Betty Baker's area, Michigan, going out to maybe do a Sturgis ride and hit some places out through there. Yep. We know there's a great many out in Jose Saldana's area, down the West Coast. And Eric Betty's out there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So many places we go, so many things we can do, and just wrap that around. So
I mean,
shoot, we can do an entire IronSwug just in Texas if we wanted to. Except
mean,
I think we'll have to take horses.
I mean, you can dress them like horses. You can wear horse masks.
Well, if we go to Michael Lord's area down in Australia, we'll just ride the spiders.
True. Upside down, of
It's
course.
massive.
Yeah, he says those spiders are massive. Yeah.
I didn't actually see too many. I was there, well, like a month, two months ago, hanging out with Michael around his home squash. And
Squash.
I
What
don't know
a
where that came
term.
from. I don't know where that came from.
Well, Eric Beatty says, does riding in England require that you ride side saddle?
Maybe if you're wearing a dress.
Wouldn't know about that, Kirby. I'll leave you to that.
I mean, yeah, like the thing about England, there's not much place you can go. With the States,
Yeah.
You went south, you're now going north.
Yeah.
You can go much more further west, and going west, there's just so many different directions you can go.
There is, and there's beautiful country west. I mean, if you go up into the Dakotas, I mean, the Black Hills are just beautiful. I mean, that's where Mount Rushmore is. That's where the Needles Highway is. That's where Devil's Tower is. I mean, that's where you can actually get on an interstate and the speed limit's 90.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, speed limits sometimes can be a suggestion.
It
Target.
usually is. Yeah, it usually is.
Yeah.
Just
And,
watch for the guys doing this. That's just a motorcycle sign being there's a cop ahead. So
Yes.
Yeah,
pay
cops coming up. But yeah, I think, like, you are heading up towards the area where, like, Jason Poole is and all that, and, like, it'll be awesome to get him to, like, jump in one of his bikes.
Tomorrow, we are going to be visiting Jason Poole.
Oh,
See?
There's a good chance we'll have some video with him and stuff. He invited us, so we're going to Albany tomorrow after tonight's meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And he's about an hour or so south from Albany area. He did ask us, so you will see a blip in the tracker, and it's not because it's not working. It's because he's asked us not to disclose his address. So
makes sense.
he invited us to come by. I think he's going to throw some burgers or something on the grill and show us his shop and hang out and just kind of talk with him a little bit before we head up to Albany. And then Friday, when we have our finale in Waltham, he is going to be the final presenter for that. So Brad and I are going to do our first ever presentation together, which we've kind of fine-tuned. I feel it's going to be a really cool presentation. But then directly after us, Jason Poole gives a presentation. So what better to be followed up? I'm just glad we're not going after him and having to follow up. Yeah.
You'd have to deliver some high energy.
Like, I wish I was there. Like, that sounds like an absolutely epic kind of journey and presentation.
Yeah. And we've got a cannoli truck coming. We've got a dessert, like ice cream truck coming, I think, too. They're rolling
and ice cream.
Yeah, they're rolling out the red carpet for us. We're gonna have barbecue and whatnot there. And we've actually sent letters out to the local companies with GP's signature on it, asking people to letting them have send your workers. This is training. Let them have the afternoon off and come hang with us.
If you actually go back,
you put it on the website, GP's letter.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a great point. If anybody's on here that can make it in person to the Waltham, or to any of them for that matter.
If Dan's listening, I'll be happy to come.
Yeah, or if you just need an excuse to watch it online, that letter is on the homepage of IronSwug.com. You can click, get that letter, and give it to your boss.
Will you be streaming that presentation?
We sure will.
Yes.
Yep, it's going to be live on our Zoom link. So if you also go back to our webpage, on the final tab of our webpage on IronSwug.com, there's a watch online. We are encouraging anybody who would like to watch online just to fill that form out. That your data is not going anywhere but to me and Brad. Only reason we're using that data is because before we go live that day, we're going to send out an email blast to everybody on that, and we'll do it blind copy so nobody gets your email information, right?
Yeah.
And we'll just give you the Zoom link, which is the same every day, and we'll say, hey, we're going live in an hour, or hey, we're going live at 7:30 or whatever the time is. So that way we can help remind you. But the link to the Zoom link is on that page as well at the very top. So you can fill that out to let us help remind you, as well as just click the link there if you forget.
Well, that's good. So tonight's presentation, you'll be going live.
Correct.
Yep, sure will.
Yes.
6:30.
6:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep. We've already sent the email out, right, Brad?
Yes, the
So
email's
the
going
email's
out.
already been out for today, but you will get it for tomorrow or the next day when we send those out because we're sending the emails by the day. And then, like I said, at the top, you can just click the link to get them.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
I mean, since you've invited, you definitely know Joe's going to be there now.
Yeah, Joe Lance will be there. We actually talked about that the other day.
We were sitting there eating breakfast. And I was like, "Do you think Joe's going to show up?"
Yes.
He's already running there. Like
I've already put it in the chat. He's already there hiding in a bathroom, Kirby.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Eric Betty, he was talking about, riding west and stuff and how South Dakota and Montana are pretty, but Montana's physically longer. South Dakota is mentally way longer. And I think that's pretty true. And I think the reason why, and Eric can see if he thinks this too, but when you're coming through South Dakota, you see the Black Hills in the distance.
right.
And it's like, you're going to be there in an hour. No, you're going to be there in the next hour. No. But look, it's so flat. You just see those mountains that range forever. And so it feels like you should have been there way long ago, but it just feels like it takes forever to get to it.
Yeah, you get some of those roads that are just dead and straight and not as interesting and fun to ride.
Yeah. Now, once you get to the Black Hills and you jump into Wyoming and stuff, though, that's where the speed limits really crank up. Beautiful land, though. Beautiful country.
oh yeah.
Now, where would you? Because obviously you're getting suggestions, but where would you guys want to go next?
So far, I mean, we've had all over the place as far as people want to see us in Midwest and Texas. I think I've seen some Canada as well. So it's all over the place.
Yeah, I feel like, at the moment it's you two, but I feel like I'm sure there's other SolidWorks fans and users that
But yeah.
would.
It's interesting you say that. So we gave a presentation in Roanoke at an Altec facility yesterday. It was kind of a brunch and learn. We'll call it brunch and learn. It was really well received. We both did that presentation there. But we had a couple of guys actually follow us from there. They're here in Philly with us to attend this meeting. So they rode the 6 hours with us yesterday through the rain. They're here with us now. They're out kind of gallivanting a little bit while we're doing this with you and waiting for the meeting to start. And then they'll be here for the meeting. And then they ride back tomorrow. And they're going to ride back in the rain and the cold tomorrow. So I really commend them. That's Joe Polly.
That's awesome.
Dedication.
Joe Polly's one of the Altec SWUG leaders for Roanoke. So I commend him. And then Tyler Besso, who also works in that same location. So I applaud both of them for joining us.
Yeah, Tyler's riding a 1991 BMW, and that thing will fly. It is awesome.
So I assume it's, sorry, I'll just, this, is this them?
Yeah, the maroon one right there. Yep. Yeah, he's in the maroon. If you go back to that one picture you was just at, you actually see both of them standing there. Couple pictures, one more. So yeah, Tyler Besso's on the right and Joe Polly's on the left. Joe Polly is like I said, the Altec SWUG leader for Roanoke. Him and Jarvis.
That's awesome. And this is the first time people have actually joined you.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, that must have felt great.
It was awesome. We had a really good ride yesterday. I mean, the group stayed together. From my understanding, Besso's rode in groups and done some riding in the past. The Polly's fairly new at it, but everybody rode great. Everybody stayed staggered and was able to manage the traffic was able to manage the traffic intelligently. So yeah.
Question, who took that photo?
That would be the 14-year-old Isaiah Ebernickel who
Oh, he's riding with you. I haven't seen many pictures of you, Adam. So
do what?
I haven't seen many pictures of you on the bike, so I don't know if someone was riding with you.
Yeah, last year he switched bikes. He hadn't switched bikes this year so far. That was one of the big reasons for him to ride last year, aside from helping and being a stagehand, if you want to say it that way. But it was to allow us to have a video camera on the back of each bike to go back and forth between us and catch some good road footage. He actually, if you look at the hype video that we did for this year, it was based off a lot of stuff from last year. He captured a lot of that footage.
Yep.
Like that's over here.
Yep, that one right there. A lot of that footage was done by him.
Yeah, so we're lucky that we have that. We also have GoPros and whatnot now that we're bringing online. We're capturing footage while we drive, so it's a little easier to throw stuff together.
That's just awesome.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, I planned this whole thing like 2 days ago. Messaged Brad. I was like, hang on, here's a good idea. Because I thought it would have been really cool if, like, you put your phone up on the bike and live stream. Because I don't know if you were riding during the day and that. And just kind of like a video of that, of you riding and Jonny and I chatting. But I mean, it's great to have you actually here and actually talk.
That's a good idea for next year, Kirby.
Yeah.
Maybe, Jonny, we should just go next time.
I don't know why not. Come rent a bike, ride with us.
Yeah.
You know.
Jonny will have to ride with me.
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean, even if you wanted to have the
can't have my bike.
I mean, even if you wanted to be in a cage and just help haul gear or be there for sport. Or
They make it's called a slingshot. It is a open-aired Polaris slingshot.
Oh,
Put it up on
yeah.
the screen.
They
You want
classify
one of
it
them.
as a motorcycle, but it's not a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I don't agree with them classifying it as a motorcycle.
Yeah, some states require you to wear a helmet in the thing, but you know,
Tennessee
Or
does love it.
you just drive a quad. A little
Yeah,
more
pretty much.
lawnmower.
yeah.
But that's great. Yeah, because Jonny doesn't have a bike license. I've got one. As far as I know, it's quite easy to get a bike license in the States.
You
I mean, compared to
you can
England.
take a test. You can take a test at a local community college through the Motorcycle Safety Foundation, and in 3 days, if you gotta have obviously you got to be old enough to have an automobile license, and then take the class. It's 3 days, and then the test, and then you're done.
That's right. So, you know, as we're applauding people, I know Dan is riding with us this year. He's starting from today through the rest of the trip. He's riding, not on a bike. He's going to be in a cage, and he's supporting by carrying some of our equipment so we don't have to pack it in and out of the bike. It's amazing how much equipment we have, guys. I mean, we've got DSLRs, tripods, drones, GoPros, you name it, we've got it. And we're packing this stuff on a motorcycle, right? Along with 4 engineering laptops, screens. I mean, we're loaded, and that's not even counting our clothes for the week, right?
Come on.
And so, yeah.
Hey, we have a
speaking of
surprise.
Dan,
We have a surprise visitor.
we was just applauding Dan for joining
It's
us with
Dan.
us.
Oh,
Right there.
How are you doing, Dan?
A coffee.
Swagner.
Swagner doing a coffee break.
Wagner.
Dan Swagner. I like that.
that's a return for Bradham.
You guys like a frappuccino or maybe a
Ooh.
dark roast coffee? Maybe.
I'll take one of those amazing Philly cheesesteaks that Adam's been talking
Yeah.
about.
Get us one of them air freighted.
And that's why we travel with the DSLR. We're just talking about all the equipment we travel with. If you notice when Dan got in front of that lens, how it automatically blurred us out and picked up Dan.
Let's try one more time.
Clean.
Like that.
Yeah, there you go. That worked.
That's awesome.
And so, yeah, I mean, that's why we travel with some of the equipment we do. And we really load down. So we applaud Dan for traveling with us this year and helping carry stuff. Heather
Dan the
Hawes, she
intern.
raised her hand. She traveled with us last year, picked up a few spots just like Dan and rode in a truck and met us at each location. Dan met us in Charlotte last year. So we really love to see people that come from out of the way to be there. I know Waltham, we're supposed to have a lot of cool people that are going to be there that are traveling in just to be at that meeting. So it's going to be awesome.
That would, like I said, I'm jealous. I wish I would be there to go and actually be there, watch you guys rock up, just making Harley noises.
You said just making Harley noises?
Yeah, it's the bike's off. You're just going. Blah, 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 blah.
Just make them yourself. It's like so.
That's that episode of South Park coming true.
Was that Cartman that did that?
Oh no, we haven't showed him the swag yet.
Oh, you got
that's
swag.
right.
Yeah,
Wait,
from
Yeah,
Dan.
so I'm
Fancy
wearing
that can
one.
show
And
it
this
off.
is like the coolest hat I think I've ever got from SolidWorks. I'm super kudos to Dan.
You even left a sticker on the
Yeah,
top of it.
at the camera so it blurs us out.
All right. Let's try this.
Vanna Whiting over here.
First of all, let's see if we
Put
can
your hand behind it, maybe.
get it to focus.
You got to get rid of their
Focus.
faces.
Back. Oh, nice.
All right, maybe if my face is also here.
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, yeah, that works.
This is-
Nice.
Anyway, that's a stress reliever. You squeeze it.
That's some high quality swagner.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
Quality swagger.
Okay. Should we model the T-shirts, guys?
Yes.
Actually, you guys did these, right?
Yeah, I did them.
Brad did those. Brad and Altec Martin did those.
Oh, those
Nice.
that was really cool.
look awesome. Okay, front.
Yeah, so Brad did it with the motorcycle, which I thought
Yeah.
looked really good. He gave it to marketing to buy, and marketing said, "Well, we need to throw an Altec truck on
Yep.
there." And I thought it just added and made it look even better.
It does. It really looks good. The cap is also very crisp.
Yeah, I love the hats,
Yeah.
man. The hats are great.
I've got a good idea for swag that I got at festival. I'm going to show you guys.
Oh, okay. What you got?
Let me grab it quick. It's in a box.
Okay.
Johnny, you entertain.
I am. Hang on. I'll show you. I'll show you what I've been looking at. I'm getting some ideas together.
Oh, okay, get some ideas.
Bear with me.
So while you guys are doing that, we go ahead and thank the people that actually made this possible. Dan, definitely from the SolidWorks User Group Network. HP sent us some laptops to use. We've got Altec for participating with, letting us participate.
Yeah.
3D Connections got getting us the hookup. Go Engineer, Trimec. I mean, we've got a lot of people supporting us.
Yeah, if you don't mind, just click back to that ironswug.com real quick and go to the About page. Just so we
Oh,
can,
and
we can give them a
DriveWorks.
proper thank you.
And DriveWorks.
Yeah, they're on there. Scroll down. Those are our sponsors.
Oh, he's back.
this year.
Yeah,
And we
I've been back
really
from-
want to thank our sponsors. Without our sponsors, this would never be possible.
Fun fact, I'm now employed by Trimec.
Yeah.
Fun fact. We'll see how long it lasts.
No, basically, my company got bought out by Trimec.
Yeah, he did.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
so technically, I sponsored this.
Thanks.
Thank you, Kirby.
Technically, he's full of shit.
Thanks, Kirby. Nice job. I keep hitting this thing. I hope it doesn't shut the whole broadcast down.
No, it won't.
We do not travel with this on our bike, though. I will say.
Please, no. That'd be terrible.
So, like Brad and I, we were chatting a bit about festivals and that, and I went to Download Festival a week and a half ago. And
You recovered?
yeah, it was fun. For the last 2 years, we've done like the RIP thing, you know, the glamping and that. And when you go, you get a little swag bag of last year was a backpack and a shirt, and you know, a little lanyard and all that stuff. But this year we got a shirt and a gnome.
Yes, sir.
Those are cool.
Is
So I
that
feel
you?
like-
Is that you in 30 years?
I hope so. But I feel like 3D Experience World 2024, we should have SolidWorks gnomes.
You hear that, Dan? SolidWorks gnomes. We just passed it off to Swagner, so.
I think it would just be hilarious having all these little red gnomes everywhere.
Well, Kirby,
Someone will build an
hold,
army.
I
Kirby,
want.
hold that gnome up again real quick, Kirby. Yeah, so if you dye your hair white, I do see some resemblance.
You see?
Yeah, just dye your hair white and you've got the gnome going on.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, that's getting there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, naturally it will.
Mine too. Yeah, you started growing back, and they grew back with more white in it.
I wonder if you can get a custom gnome made.
Well, this is clearly a custom gnome
Kirby's
that's been
coming
made.
back in pretty good too.
Yeah.
Kirby, your beard's coming back in good too, bud.
I was actually looking at it today. I was like, it's actually a bit longer than I expected at this point.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm
not
sure
where
you're enjoying
you're
the
gonna let
long beard.
Swug gnomes. Yeah.
No,
Swug
like,
gnome with
I'm-
Dan's face on it, see?
Yeah, I like that.
Now you're gonna.
But it must be super. It must be like really
That's
swollen,
awesome.
a really tight shirt that's red.
Whoa! Whoa!
And they have to
Hey,
be
go-
red shirts. They have to be the SolidWorks red shirts.
Listen, this shirt fits perfectly fine. Kirby. This isn't even that tight. This is a medium.
That's looser than usual.
It's not as tight as that red short shirt that you wore. I'm sorry I got the picture still on you.
My height is a little off here.
But it's
Yes.
It's a deep squat. This whole time.
That's it. Shrink to gnome height.
Shrink to gnome height. I'm sure I can find the picture of Dan being super swole on
Swollen.
I
stage.
think Dan's gonna get a chair and pull it over
I
for us.
must have had a pump that day, Kirby.
There. Scoot.
He's deflated since then.
Dan, what's your Starbucks order?
I thought you were about to ask what's your star sign.
No.
No, star sign? Are you talking about astrology now?
No. What's Dan's go-to Starbucks?
Black dark roast coffee. 0
That's quite-
calories, Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you
Gotta
don't
keep
get
that
gains
swole.
like that, you know.
As opposed to my 14-year-old sitting over there with
2,000 calories of chocolate.
chocolate,
Yeah.
milk, cream, whipped cream.
It's got cookies in it.
Calories don't count at that age.
That is
That's
true.
right.
That is actually very
I
true.
mean, he is like a beanpole.
Yeah, Isaiah, you want to make an appearance real quick? Just show
No,
your
no,
face.
no.
He's too shy.
Was the drink good at least? All right. He's nodding his head.
Did you get a one-word answer and a nodding head?
Yes.
I try to get people to look at this guy because he's only 14 years old. And I asked a lady here at the office, I said, how old do you think he is? She didn't realize he was my son at the time. She said, 21. He's got a full-on red beard. So, I mean, he's bigger or taller than me. Not bigger than me, but taller than me. My belly is quite a bit bigger.
Sorry, but here's Dan at 3D Experience World 2022. Look at that man.
There he is. Look at that bulge, man.
I must
He
have
is a
I can
great
see the
Nike
belly
advert.
popping, dude.
hit the gym that morning or something.
Yeah. All you need to match now is some of those Matt Clegg glasses.
True.
That's
Yeah.
what we need to do. That's what we need to do for the Champions program. So show some of those Matt Clegg glasses.
So the
Yeah.
gnome has to have the red tight shirt and the Matt Clegg glasses.
Nice.
I have
I'm going to
that
work
shirt.
on this.
I'm sure I can draw on this. I can draw on this.
Betty Baker says she's got a good pick. What's the email to send it to?
I haven't
Dan.
What, the picture?
Embodied pain.
Wow, Eric.
Man, Eric's coming in with some zingers today.
Just wear the page piece, man.
Eric, come on. I thought we were closer than that.
Oh man. Hey, if we don't pick on it, it means we don't like you, Dan.
All right. I guess so. I'll accept it. I'll allow it. All right.
You'll allow it.
Johnny, I was talking to Kirby the other day about a possible UK meeting later this year. And
Oh, you did text me about something that I might have forgot, actually.
It's okay. I know you ignore my text. It's fine.
I don't, actually. I think you ignore me more.
Wow.
No.
No, we're pretty good.
But yeah, I would love to see that happen. I'd love to
Mhm.
get in your neck of the woods later this year.
So, Kirby, you said this was the first podcast you've done with two people on the screen. Now,
Oh,
is
no,
the
it's
first
a
podcast
threefer.
you've done with three people on the screen.
Yes, it is the first time.
Triple header.
Other than the one.
Hey, have you messed around with any of the new Photoshop AI stuff?
No, my buddy has.
You could literally do what you're doing, put a box and say, just write the words, put sunglasses on this person, and it will.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have the latest version.
Cool.
I know Brandon, he's somewhere in there.
He's ready to give me the Adobe Suite.
Then you'll get it if it's new.
I've got him doing that, and the
I have
Kahoot.
Evade on my. It's unbelievable.
So I
It's
can
like-
put my picture in there and say, knock 20 pounds off?
for
Yes.
sure.
So
man.
in saying that, yeah, the college is going to hook me up hopefully with the Adobe Suite and the Kahoot, because I was pitching the Kahoot thing. Because if you tune in tonight for tonight's presentation, I'm using Kahoot as the main part of the presentation, just to have fun,
Oh,
have a
right.
game for tonight.
I do.
But I also pitched it to college because I've used it in college classes
Yeah.
too, and so hoping that they can pay for that version for me, so I
Do
can
you,
make it look a little professional. Right now, I've got a cartoon classroom in the background.
Yeah.
do you
Yeah, I'll
Kahoot,
show you.
Kirby?
We've played Kahoot before.
Me and
Yeah.
you.
Kahoot's a lot of fun. It's a hoot.
Who's
It's a
Kahoot's a
Kahoot.
Right now.
Well, Brandon says he's got the latest Photoshop, so I've sent him the picture. See what he can come up with.
This is going to be the next plugin.org header photo.
I see
This is what's going to be on the shirts at Slug Me.
I had an example I sent Sean just because I was blown away by it. Tested it.
Yeah, send it to Johnny or Kirby, then pull it
Just put in the AI, make this man know.
up. Make this man
Here,
know.
let's see if this works. I'm going to hijack your camera for a second. So there was a picture of a jet ski, right? And there's a red trash can in the background of the jet ski, right?
Yep.
And I just picked that area and I said, just remove this and do a generative fill. Okay. So then the very next picture, gone. And it blends in the fence around it, makes it look like it was never there. Like it continues the fence panels. No, I'm not a photo editor. Like it completely, I know that was hard to see, but like.
No, it came up pretty clear. That's why we traveled with the DSLR.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So AI is a real thing.
Yeah.
Is that your jet ski, Dan?
I'm selling my 1994 Yamaha Superjet.
Do you want to buy it?
It's probably older than you, John.
It is.
Yeah.
When last did you use it?
1996 was the last year Dan used it.
I used it 3 years ago, and it has sit, and it's time to go. Time to make some garage space.
So what is the asking price for the community to know in case they want to buy it?
2,500 American dollars, freedom dollars. We'll
Freedom
get
dollars.
get you that famous jet ski.
I love how the fact we call it freedom degrees has caught on to other aspects of American life.
Yep. Yeah.
So, Dan, I've got a question for you. What's going on here?
Listen, don't worry about that, okay?
I like Mr. Clegg in the background with a disapproving look away.
Did
I don't see this.
I think that picture came from Betty Baker, and I think
Yes.
that is a drink that was given to me
Was that the Manhattan?
a beta event last summer,
Yes.
Yeah.
and I think it was like a $37 Manhattan or something like that.
And Betty just said the perfect gnome face.
Yeah. Let's just say that was a rough night. The end of that night was rough, but we made it.
And then after that, you gave an awesome speech.
I did give an awesome speech. Yeah, speech.
Of course,
Are these
liquid
like-
courage always helps.
Are these like sparkles on your shirt?
No.
I think it had a pattern, right?
Yeah, it's a pattern. Yeah. I should get a sparkly shirt though. You're right.
Yeah, sparkly red.
Hey, I went
That was
with
the body
Charizard.
paint.
You can go with sparkly.
So now we know. Yeah, exactly, Eric. Yeah, that the bill at Ruth Chris that night was a bit much. I had to send several emails to get that expense report approved. So
And well, GP sat with us and ate with us. So
yes, that was one of the emails. Yeah.
Yeah, it was all him.
Fancy drink with
Hey,
a pinky.
by the way, we confirmed GP will be joining us on Friday. So
Heather says, fancy drink with the
you always,
pinky.
Heather, you always got to go pinky up when you're doing a
Yeah.
fancy.
when in doubt, pinky out. That's what SpongeBob told me as a kid.
This is how I drink my beers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Touche.
Betty said sorry, Dan. It's okay, Betty. It's all right. I'll forgive you.
This time. But yeah.
But
You
yeah,
know,
we
that-
confirmed GP for Friday riding his motorcycle with Adam and Brad.
It's gonna be fun.
GP has his own motorbike?
Yes,
He does.
GP loves
has
to
his own
ride.
everything.
He's got a bike over in Italy or whatever.
Probably got an Aprilia. That's an Italian bike.
Him and his wife actually do a lot of touring on their bike.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, because I was thinking, I was going to say, it would be funny if like GP jumps on the back of one of your guys' bikes. But I mean, if he's.
Well, so here's the thing. Should I say it, Dan? So who was GP's trying to get Karen to ride the bike with him?
Yep.
And I told Dan when Karen told Dan this, I said, Dan, tell Karen that if she rides the bike with GP, Dan will ride the bike with Tank.
I said hard pass.
Hey, Heather did it, Dan. Heather's done it. You've got to do it.
If Heather can do it, you can do it, Dan.
There's a term for that I won't say publicly, but I'm not. Gonna
He's
say
not
it.
riding it.
Yeah.
You'll just have to turn around and face the other direction.
Yeah.
Dan, they'll let you sit side saddle.
Yeah, that's it. I'll sit side saddle or I'll sit backwards.
And Heather, to answer your question about the chopper, I don't think that has ridden. I don't think that started in like 15 years. We've asked about it.
Yeah, so we actually tried to get it brought down
We
for
did
the
more than
Altec
ask.
Symposium. Like we went through the hoops, and Dan, I gotta, commend Dan because he really jumped for the hoops trying to get it down for our Altec Symposium in Orlando, and we were that close. But then some of the red tape was kind of like, well, we also don't know if we had the room for it where we was at, so we didn't want to worry about the logistics with the hotel the property was at. So we decided to forego it. But during that process, we found out that that bike is not allowed to have any gas in it.
Yeah.
There's a few other things, so that bike
Needed
probably,
like 24-hour security on it.
yeah. But I think in saying starting it up, yeah, there's no gas or anything allowed to even be in that bike.
I mean, it's I know Jason was saying he would love to actually look at it and get it going and have it running. I think fire
Yes.
safety in that. Dan, AI Magic has done its thing.
Nice.
Oh, yes, sir.
Wow,
That
yes.
is legit.
I'm handsome. Look at that.
That is not Dan's hair.
No,
No.
but that's nicer hair than what I have. That's super nice. Also, the
Brandon,
black
you could have
pants,
had some you could have added some extra upper body muscle just to,
Make him more
I
swole.
don't even think those are my pants.
Make him a no.
Can you say enhance the balloon and then his arms just get really big?
Yeah, blow it out, man.
Make him swole.
Whoa.
It's impressive stuff.
Yeah, that is really impressive.
Kirby, Johnny, you guys watching IronSwug tonight? Hanging out?
Potentially. I'll have to get the link. But I'm really looking forward to actually Friday night's one.
Friday night as well. Yep.
It'll be more Friday afternoons.
For
I
them,
think.
it's night.
Oh, for you it's not.
They're
I'm sorry.
5 hours ahead of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So,
you get to see the new day before we do.
yeah, we see the future. But
Michael sees it even earlier.
Yes.
he sees it tomorrow.
He sees it now.
So you've done 2 presentations so far. Have both of you presented, or are you doing one presentation, one presentation?
We do 2 presentations at every location.
Yes.
So in total this year, last year we did 6 brand new presentations each. It was 12 presentations
Let you guys
in
talk about
5
yourselves
days.
for a bit, all right?
Oh, okay.
This year we was going to do the same format. What turned it a little bit to not happen that way is NYC got a new user group leader who is an excellent leader, by the way. Stephanie is awesome. But she was new. She's new to the area, so trying to find a place and logistically speaking, trying to do something for a lunch and learn kind of thing wasn't panning out too great for New York City during that time frame. So she's actually going to join Albany. So this year, instead of having 6, we're doing 5. So 5 presentations each for a total of 10 presentations for 5 days.
And
the
they're all
kicker is
different
they're
presentations.
They're not repeats of anything we've done. They might have some similar topics in them, but we've challenged ourselves every year to write a completely new presentation every time.
That's insane.
So it makes us learn, new things in the software.
And that's what's going to be cool about the finale presentation. I don't want to give too much away about it, but what we find really interesting with that is if you know about being a swug leader or a champion, you know the tools that we recently got through that. So we are doing a lot of cool tips and tricks that we have through SolidWorks, but we're also trying to utilize some of those new tools that we gained through Matt Clegg and Dan Wagner. Really want to, give them an applause for that, for what the work they've done with Susha to get us those tools. So we're able to incorporate that stuff on the platform as well and tell a really cool story. So it's not going to be your normal, hey, we're going to show a slide every time and talk about something. We're going to tell you a story in a sense in our presentation.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. Like, I've watched your pattern presentation, Brad. You presented for me at one of my user groups, and it was incredible. So it's cool that you've got this content, and now that content can be used at other user group meetings as well. Which
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm
speak to
glad
you,
you
Adam.
said that too, Kirby, because we last year after IronSwug, the first thing we did was go to the presenter database and upload every presentation we did, and we'll do the same this time too, so
Excellent.
anybody can access that.
Yeah, like Eric says, it's so commendable.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We don't do it for the attaboys, although it's nice. We do it because we truly have a passion and love to be in front of people and work with
Yeah.
people and give back. I mean, we had so many people give to us when we were learning that we want to give that back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've, like Brad has said, you're merging two hobbies together. Which is interesting that you call SolidWorks your hobby when it's actually, you know, for a lot of you guys, it's your profession, it's what you do. But the fact that you take it out of work and you keep building the community in that is always awesome.
Yeah. Well, if you just use it at work and it's just a tool to do your job, then you learn what you need to do the job, and you don't want to learn any more about it. But if you have it as a hobby, you have that mindset of, I want to continue learning more. I'm pushing myself to learn different aspects in it by doing like freelance work for people, trying to figure out, how can I push my skills in a different direction? Because I do heavy steel weldments all the time. I love doing that. It's a fun part of my career. But doing it, going into doing surface modeling or making figurines. So Kirby, I was helping somebody make some figurines that's going to be 3D printed.
Oh, cool.
Learning how to do that has been a challenge all in itself.
And what Brad kind of started off saying there is you have some people that go in, they learn what they need to do for that job, and they're done. And I don't want to say it's sad because people enjoy probably doing that and going home and being with their family and doing those things, and that's fine too. But I have to go back. I think it was Einstein said, if you enjoy or love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And I really feel like that's the case, at least for me. And I'm probably speaking for Brad too, that half the time I'm like, man, I'm the luckiest guy alive to have a job to do what I love doing, with designing things in SolidWorks, learning new things, and
Exactly.
and being with other people and giving back. I mean, how lucky can you be to do that?
I mean, you're doing a road trip for 5 days, doing exactly what you want to be doing.
Yeah.
Living the dream. The American dream.
For us, it is. It's living the dream for us. For some people, you'd say, you're crazy. You're on a motorcycle in the blistering rain for, several days, and then it gets cold. And it is a lot of hard work. It's a lot of stress on our bodies. But again, like you said, we love doing it. For us, it's a dream.
Freedom.
Oh, look who joined us in the chat over there.
Living the dream, Mr. Swagner.
Well, you want to find out what happens when you say inflate the balloons. He plays volleyball.
Oh, no.
Nice.
That's what happens when you say inflate the balloon on the AI.
Wow, that's impressive.
That is really cool.
The fingers
I mean,
are a little quick.
where was it? That Eric says you look like Homelander from The Boys. Or you look like you
looks
could
like
be
he's
cast in
got
the
a-
new Barbie movie.
It looks like he's got a weightlifting glove on or something.
I don't know, but there's some interesting fingers in there.
Dude, do you see the definition in his biceps now, though, when you've done that?
The dream.
Right. Living the dream, Dan. Screenshot.
So, I'll send them to you. Don't worry. These will all be sent to you.
They'll be on stage at Next World.
Again,
So, I mean-
man, we don't like you. If we don't like you, then we don't pick on you.
Yeah, Dan looks like Wolverine and Homelander had a love child,
Yeah.
according to Eric. So you guys said it's cold and rainy for this ride. The question is it as cold as Australia? So
How cold is Australia right now?
what did you say it was?
62 Fahrenheit
It was
this morning.
Yeah, it's been in the 60s today. Now the thing last year is we had 2 days of rain last year, and one of them was probably the worst rain I've ever rode in. But the thing is, it was warm and rainy, so therefore you dry it off pretty quick.
Yeah.
The one day that was the worst rain I rode in, that was going from Atlanta to Charlotte. There was probably 2 inches of standing water. You couldn't see anything. Trucks and cars were pulling off the side of the road. We had to be in Charlotte for the meeting, and we're just bearing down, following the tail light, not the headlight, of course, the tail light in front of us, just trying to make sure we're going the right direction. But there was so much standing water when cars or trucks went by us, it was a tsunami. There was just, it was some of the worst rain I've been in.
Yeah,
That's my-
our driving partner Heather's in the chat. She can vouch for that. It
Yeah,
was nasty.
she went through it. She went through it in a car or in her truck. This year we haven't had rain quite like that. Thank goodness. Knock on wood, we don't. But it's just been steady rain. It's better rain to ride in, but it's just been cooler, a lot cooler. We're definitely wearing jackets and stuff like
Well, I mean,
Not having to dump the boots out. You don't have to dump water out of your shoes.
that. That was a memorable experience for my son last year. He always talks about we got to the gas station, we all took our boots off and just literally dumped water out of them.
well, I mean, for you, 60 degrees, that's 15 degrees Celsius. I don't know how cold it is in Australia.
I'll
At
have
the
a Google.
moment.
I was getting ready to ask her.
It's not that warm. It's today the high in Sydney is 16 proper degrees.
But that's the
is-
middle of winter.
Yeah, exactly. But it's which is
60
61
degrees.
freedoms.
61.
61 freedom degrees.
Eric, baby.
Oh, looks like John Matrician's in the chat too. Looks like it's going to be warm and sunny on
Rainy and sun.
rain and heat.
Yeah. Like Brandon says in South Africa, because they get the Arctic winds coming in, it gets nippy
Oh, I'm sure.
down south. So, yeah, Dan's now a superhero.
Wow.
Swag man.
Awesome.
So this is what our
Super
gnomes should look
swagger.
like. Okay, this is what the gnome should be.
There's not a shred of the original body left.
It looks
we-
more like a
we all
dad
know it's
bod
you.
now. He's got the dad bod going on now.
That's just
To
great.
be fair,
Yeah,
Matt
so-
Clegg should be the swag man, really, because all he gets asked about is when's my swag arrive.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, I feel like that's what our swag and gnome should look like from now on. Just Dan in a superhero suit.
Leave it with me.
You're going to make one.
77 there. I think a lot of this rain. So there was a tropical storm that was brewing up that came up through the Gulf, and I think some of that the rain is coming from some of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just you can't plan for the weather. If the weather is what it is, but you're still out there, you're having a good time.
Yeah,
People are joining you. People are coming to your meetings.
Yeah, you got two options, right? You can either quit or you can just do it. And the thing is, Brad and I, we both long time riders. We've done it for many years. We've rode through the rain. I don't like to ride in the rain. Like I became a more fair weather rider over the years.
Yeah.
When I first started riding, it was like whatever, I'm riding,
Because
right?
you're old.
And yeah, it's because I'm getting older. I'm more of a fair weather rider. But when you have commitments and you have things going on, you just do what you got to do to get there and do it. You got people counting on you. You know,
You embrace the suck.
embrace the suck.
Yeah, but you're doing it together as well. You're working with each other, and you're being responsible enough that you're watching out. Like you were telling us about that lady that you saw the crash today. Like,
Yep.
you know,
And it's an
you're supporting
experience.
each
So
other.
when it's done, you look back and you see what you did, and the things that don't kill us can only make us stronger and wiser, right? So yeah, it's just
Wiser.
it's an experience. It just really does build to
Yeah.
to what those things mold you and make you who you are.
Yes. Yeah, it's like most of my bike riding was for school, riding to school and that, and then a bit of university and that. And it's just the weather. In South Africa, it's a bit better. It's not as cold as here in the UK, not as rainy. But it's just I dreaded those cold mornings, just getting up and having to get on my bike. But once you were going and you were warm,
Yeah,
was
John says 78 is what it's going to be Friday. Well, that's great because I'm looking for some warmer weather. Another thing to throw out there, and a lot of people don't realize,
25.
a 60-degree day is a 60-degree day. A 60-degree day on a motorcycle is a 50-degree ride and maybe chillier. So depending on what you're riding and what speed you're at, that wind chill just really starts to get even colder.
you guys got quite a big like front area. Does that help kind of, do you have like the air cons and that, or do you have like heated pads and that?
It does help marginally. I mean, we do have fairings and lower fairings on our bikes. So it does block some of the wind, but it's still not like being in a car, right? Now, if you were just out there in the exposed full elements, yeah, you're going to get hit a lot harder. But even with the rain, it's only going to help so much. I do have heated grips on mine. I haven't turned them on yet on this road, on this trip. But the heated grips can make a difference too, because of course it's warming your hands, your extremities, which in turn kind of helps warm your body a little bit.
It's extremities that it need to be warm to be able to have dexterity
to function. Yeah, we was talking to Joe Polly. He said he rode back from Nashville one year on his bike, and he got his left hand got so cold after several hours. I think it was 6-7 hours into the ride that he didn't have the dexterity to squeeze the clutch anymore. He was doing it like this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon, I deliver pizzas as well, same as Brandon, kind of like two separate shops, but on the same street. And he would drive a little 125 scooter, and one time he got caught out in the hail, and like quite often you get like marble size hail out delivering people's pizzas.
That's what Brandon was just saying in the chat. I'm not sure if that's what you said.
Yeah, I just popped that up there.
Yeah,
because I drove when I did my pizza deliveries. He used his scooter.
We want to get the pizza that was smashed to bits off hail.
I don't know. This was before like everybody had those like thermal bags and all that.
Did he get it there in 30 minutes or less?
Oh, we don't. It's none of that in South Africa. You get it when you
get it when you get it.
Yeah, there for a long time they had the big challenges. What was it, 80s and 90s? You get it in 30 minutes or less, or it's free.
I don't know. I wasn't born until '87.
Oh, sorry. I forgot.
My Domino's doesn't do anything like that, but they're fairly quick.
Yeah, I don't think any of them do it anymore. Actually, I remember the day when you rolled up even to fast food, they had timers on the windows, and they would try and get it to you in a certain amount of time, or they'd give you something for it. And nowadays, I don't know if anybody cares when they give you their food.
Yeah, I was one of our local McDonald's would give you one of those like egg timer, sand timers from the window that you paid to the window that you picked up your food. And if the timer ran out before you got your food, they gave it to you for free.
I think like with like my McDonald's, I think the shortest wait I've ever waited is about 30 minutes. It's always packed. So I don't think they can do that. And the amount of people that start to kind of like look at the fine print and be like, I ordered a 6-inch sub, pulls out a tape measure, this is 5.5 inches kind of thing.
Oh.
Or like
Wow.
you get people that would order like a 300-gram steak, and the steak comes and then they weigh the steak.
That's
300 grams before they cooked it, right?
Yeah. So like that's why they stopped doing those kind of things. You just get people that try and take advantage.
those people just need to be punched in the mouth. Sorry.
Agreed.
Coming from our 1%er over here.
Oh no, I'm not a 1%er.
And Brandon says if he gets a bike again, he'll get a BMW GS1 1200.
Yeah, those things are nice.
He says it's great for touring.
Yeah, and they'll go all over the place. They'll dirt, gravel, off-road. They'll do it all.
So the bikes that me and Brad have, they're Harley Limiteds, and people call them the recliner of motorcycles, right? Because you really can kind of kick back, stretch your feet out, and stuff like that. But they say that that's not really the best way to ride. That using like a GS 1200 is a better bike to ride because it positions you in a better sitting up position. Your back's better, and then there's a lot of other elements into it. Like if you wear a jacket, it helps your skin from getting fatigued. Because just riding in the wind, your skin will fatigue in the wind. That's why we stop every 2 hours. So that's another thing a lot of people don't realize when you ride motorcycle, right? If you're going 6 hours, like we had a 6-hour ride here yesterday, and then of course going back, we'll have 2 6-hour days on Saturday and Sunday getting home. But a 6-hour day in a car is a 6-hour day, right?
Yeah.
A 6-hour ride on a motorcycle is every 2 hours you have to add 30 minutes to stop to either get gas, to rest your rear end, whatever the case may be because of fatigue, right? And then every 6 hours you also have to add an additional hour. So over 6 hours, you're adding 2.5 extra hours to that ride, making it now 8.5 hours on a motorcycle.
Yeah, yeah, it's different, but you know, when you're going on these kind of rides, you're planning for it. You're not rushing. You're enjoying it. Kind of, the ride is part of the journey. It's not, you know, like just sitting in a car taking a nap and hopefully, you know, in a couple of hours you'll be there. It's part of the adventure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kirby, I see you have a fan going.
Yeah, it's my biggest fan.
He's your only fan.
Yeah,
That's your-
Is the English heat affecting your brick English home?
Yes.
Yes, it's hot as the
even that's
sun.
going, I'm sweating.
Yeah, I am in here. I was just thinking it's hot as hell, and I saw your fan, and I thought, jealous.
Yeah.
Are you guys not used to the heat?
It's
So
not
England
so much
is
that.
built for cold.
So like, the houses are built to insulate the heat and keep the heat in. So, like, as soon as you open the doors, some of the heat comes in, and then it just bakes and bakes. Like, after cooking, like the house just heats up from the oven and that. So we've got to open up the back door for a while to let the heat out, and it just traps the heat in.
Are your houses mostly brick and mason, like masonry
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a central air and stuff in those
No.
houses? Or?
No, like I've got a portable aircon for the bedroom, where the pipe just hangs out the window. But like there's a house two houses down that have like a full AC unit and that, but it's
They're
too
the
expensive to
only
run
one,
that kind of
yeah.
stuff.
Now, are most of the houses and structures there considered to be historical in value that most people don't tear them down and rebuild to new?
Some are. Some houses are registered as of historical value, where it just means mostly to the exterior you can't really do anything. But not many houses. Like my house was built in, I think, 1890, and I can do what I want with it. Really, there's no historical
Did you
value.
say 1890?
Yeah,
My house was built in 1971.
Mine was 2021.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Brad's
yours is
aggravating.
falling apart already.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Eric Bay is aggravating us about our proper English etiquettes, and typically I do say Brad and me or whoever and I or whatever. And I like what Michael Lord's comment was back, Eric, but they're speaking American English, not English English.
no,
Or Australian
correction.
English.
We're speaking Southern.
We're speaking Appalachian, not
You made any good
Appalachian.
moonshine lately? Speaking of being southern, you make any good moonshine lately?
Not lately, no.
But I have drank it.
Yep. A lot of people have tried it. It's good stuff. I have some in a barrel right now that I'm aging. But most of the stuff I've got right now, I've been traveling a lot lately, and so when you do that, you really have to make sure your timing's right? You got to make sure you're fermenting for 7 days. You got to make sure you're ready to go to distill after that, and so on and so forth. And so you got to make sure your timing's right. And with as much travel as I've been doing for Altec and Swug and different things, I haven't had time to do that. So I have had time, however, on our last Altec ride or trip that Brad and me was on. We went to Elizabethtown, Kentucky, which takes you right by the Bourbon Trail. So stopped at Buffalo Trace and Makers, got some good stuff there. And then on the way back, where did we stop? We stopped at Woodford.
Woodford Reserve and then a liquor barn.
Nice.
Liquor barn.
Yeah, so we stopped at those places on the way back. So I was able to stock the pantry a little bit.
Oh,
Very
excellent.
nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad I missed the moonshine. Because Johnny was well liquored when he came and joined me on Broadway. He was off his rocker. He had to get someone to push the button to cross the traffic light.
Well, no, speaking of which, what are you guys drinking?
Yeah,
I
Kirby.
might as well play a tune then.
Hang on,
That's
yeah.
Get to
What are
that.
you guys drinking? It's a good segue.
Being king. What are they drinking?
I still
what
think
do
that's
you-
the best one you've made.
I know, right? Adam, Tank, what are you guys drinking?
I'm out.
Black coffee.
Black
It was water.
coffee. I mean, it is past midday for you guys, so you can start drinking if you really need.
Yep.
But Johnny, what do you
Kirby.
got? What do you?
No,
what are you
you're going
enjoying?
first today.
I'm enjoying a nice because it's night. The sun's out today. I thought I'll get myself some mixed fruit cider.
Oh,
You like your mixed fruit ciders, don't you?
I could throw back a 6-pack of this in half an hour, and just like it's nothing. It just flows
'Cause
like
it's
fruit juice.
basically, isn't it?
There I am trying to mow my lawn.
Yeah, nice straight
the
lines.
content of that? What's the alcohol content on something like that on a cider?
4%.
Oh, okay. So not too bad.
But it's the fact that you just swallow them, like they just go down so quickly and smoothly,
Okay.
especially when it's hot. How about you, Johnny?
I've got a Shipyard IPA from Portland, Maine.
Okay.
Shipyard's really good.
Yeah,
I
not bad.
will say though, in remembrance of you guys and the world, we did have each one of us, so all 5 of us, when we were eating that Philly earlier, had a liquid death.
I saw
Very
that.
nice.
Brad, you sent me a picture of that now.
Yeah, liquid death and a big Philly cheesesteak.
So, because at Download Festival, Metallica was doing their 72 Seasons tour, which kind of their thing. Metallica sponsored by Liquid Death. So the only water you could buy at Download Festival was Liquid Death.
Wow.
And the Philly
And that was
cheesesteak.
incredible. But like they had advertising, because some guy thought it was really cheap beer and he bought like 8 of them.
Oh,
But he was
man.
disappointed.
He was so excited. He's like, this is really cheap beer. I looked at him, I said, that's water, you know that. He's like, what?
Well, he's well hydrated.
But on all the screens and that, they had ads for Liquid Death, and it's just like kids like just passed out and drinking and chugging it and just going crazy. And then there's like a pregnant woman just rubbing her belly, drinking it, and it's like,
Nice.
don't worry, it's just water. It was good. Like it was a lot of people enjoyed the Liquid Death. It was different.
Yeah. I still haven't got the sweet tea yet. I want to try that. Which I'm sad
Yeah.
I can't get sweet tea around here in Pennsylvania. I drove past Maryland and they don't make sweet tea any farther up.
Yeah. I mean, it's at the festival you can only get the regular and the sparkling, but yeah, nowhere else you can get in the UK. Even though that the water is apparently from a spring in in Europe, that doesn't make much sense.
It's okay. Dan is over here saying just put sweetener inside of iced tea. No. It's blasphemy. Blasphemy.
How dare you, Dan? It's probably how
It's
he
all
got those
good.
muscles, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lack of sweet.
Lack of sweetness. Yeah, that's it.
But I think,
It's all good.
but you know what? I think that's a fantastic place to
wrap it
wrap
up.
this all up. It's been
Awesome.
absolutely awesome. I'm looking forward to your presentation tonight. I'll see if I'll still be up to watch it. I'll just shoot me the Zoom link and
Yeah, fire
I'll
us
send
it
all
both
up.
over if you don't mind.
It-
And it's the
it's
same
on the
link all
website.
week.
Yes,
Yep.
same link
On
every
the
day.
website, watch online. I'm not remembering what Brad's is. He can tell us what his is, but mine is going to be just. So I did 2 pretty serious presentations. This one's just going to be more of a fun, relaxed, play a game of Kahoot, and then show a few little tips and tricks as we go through the
Mine's on configurations.
I think you did that for me, didn't you? At some point.
Very, very similar. Yeah.
Yeah. Or yeah.
okay, I see there's a link there. It's just watch online. If you go to the watch online and the blue link on there, watch online here takes you straight to the Zoom link. I thought you had to fill in the form.
You can. That'll give you that. That'll give us an email to send it to remind you.
Yeah, and we'll put the link in the email. So yeah, the form, yeah, like Brad was saying, the form is basically to give us your information to remind you, send you an email that we're getting ready to go live during those days, and send you the link directly to your email to make it a little more convenient for you.
Yep. Also, I'm gonna need both your guys' address. When you send them to me in WhatsApp, you may have something IronSwug related in the mail.
Ooh,
coming.
Exciting. I mean, Swagner should know that kind of information. But yeah, I'll send it to you.
I can only
That's his new
imagine.
nickname now, Dan Swug.
We have data protection rules. I can't just share.
Yeah, he said data protection rules. He can't just share it.
I'll give you permission.
And it's recorded.
I don't think that's how that works. I declare bankruptcy. That's how it works.
No.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
What you guys are doing is absolutely awesome. It's completely unique. It's different. You're just doing what you love, and I look forward to seeing the presentations, and I want to see what's next. Like, where do you go from here? I mean, west is the first answer.
Well,
But-
Kirby, I've found a place that will rent us a Polaris.
Yeah, the slingshots. They're all
Yeah.
over the place. The rental companies are all over the place for those.
So west is
Yeah, well.
definitely a direction. Mid north is a direction. And if we go east, the only place we could go east is to you guys. So
Yeah, because we're far. I'm only 2 hours from the coast, so
yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it'll be. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a motorbike, but not. Might as well just drive a convertible,
yeah, that too.
What's up, Jeff?
even if it's raining. It's just so we can be like
Yeah.
the bikers.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's perfect time in the end because our local swug leader looks like he just showed up.
Excellent.
Mr.
Well-
Jeff Holiday is here.
You want to come jump in real quick to say hi?
Say hi to Kirby and Johnny.
We are
Cameras
live
right here.
as well.
Stand around us. Just kind of duck down. Just a
Yeah,
little.
duck down a little bit there. You can see it on the screen.
There you go.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome.
We'll go one side or the other, it's fine.
Yeah.
Howdy,
Yeah.
everybody.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You looking forward to tonight? These guys they've been telling us about their presentations. Looks like it's gonna be a real hoot.
Yeah.
Off
A
A
from
real
the-
cahoot.
a
Yes,
real
yeah. So, but anyway, you guys have a good evening, man.
Wait. You gotta get one more.
One more
we
just
got
showed up.
another one.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
me slide over. We can
Hey, guys.
some more people in here.
How you guys doing?
We have another
How many
song
people
with
can we fit in this one screen?
Oh wow, DSLR. Hi guys.
Nice. Chicka
Oh, it's
Sean
Sean.
O'Neill.
Yeah.
The legend in life.
Guys, I have not seen you in way too long. How are you guys?
We're
Good.
all good. We've got a picture to show you.
We've got a
Ew,
jingle
yes.
for him, Kirby.
It's like the nicest. What's the picture?
It's coming.
He's coming.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
That's the first one. You got all of them. lined
Yeah,
up,
we've been
right?
playing with AI.
who,
That's Dan from World.
glasses. I don't believe that's your hair either.
No.
There's Dan playing
Oh
some
wait,
volleyball.
did you use generative AI in Photoshop?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, this is awesome. I feel like his arm got longer and his hand is very big.
Yeah. And he got a dad bod.
And he got a dab. Yeah. Well, as much as he will ever have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Next time we'll do you, Sean.
Please do. Yeah, find a good picture of me.
Well, I've got a theme song already, and it actually matches with Brad.
Then you know, yeah, but he's so cute though. Yeah, I probably got a couple of screws up in my head, but don't worry.
Very nice. Where are you guys coming from?
So we started out in North Carolina,
Okay.
down near Asheville, then hit Roanoke, and then here, and then we go to Albany, and then Waltham.
Cool. Cool. How long have you guys been streaming? Let's see.
Just over an hour.
Lord, Eric.
Dan has
Brandon.
a new nickname.
What is? Oh.
Swagner.
Sean
Dan
already
Swagner.
knows it. Dan
It goes
Swagner.
well. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, cool. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's
Gotta
fun
catch
you're
up
on our
soon.
show.
I know. Well, you guys have to invite me. I would love to be on your show.
Well, there we go. It's a date.
There we go.
There it is.
It's a date.
It's a date. It's a date.
No sooner said than done.
Yes.
Awesome.
See ya.
Yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm still blown away by what you guys do, and it's really awesome. Looking forward to the rest of the pictures and that. It's a fun thing to follow, like the tracking and everything adds to it. I'm looking forward to your wrap up video as well.
Sounds good. We should have some good footage. So I brought my drone for Dan to use and see what we get some footage there. So we got some ideas for that too. We'll see what happens.
That'll be awesome. But it's been an absolutely awesome episode. Let me switch that around there. Where can people find you? You guys just IronSwug.com?
IronSwug.com. I'm Tank the Biker on Instagram, and we have an IronSwug page on Facebook as well.
Is all your links in the IronSwug as well?
Yes. So on IronSwug.com, you can get to everything from there.
Okay, cool. I'll put that in the description so people can go and check out IronSwug.com.
I've fired out in the comments a couple of times just to.
My guy.
There you go.
Thank you guys
Oh my
for having us and
Yes.
illustrating everything that's going on and happening, so we can drum up more enthusiasm.
Yeah,
No,
to
you're more
work
than
right there,
welcome.
like middle of your trip, we get to do this. See where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. And looking
Awesome
forward to
effort again.
the end of your trip. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So, Johnny.
Kirby
So if you want to follow me, I'm at KJ Designs 365.
at Kessel Run Creations for myself.
If you want to follow the it's been a while.
Oh,
has
he's
been a
messed
while.
it right
If you wanna
up
follow
out of the
podcast, Instagram, we are at the Core Podcast. Our contact on Facebook, we are the Core Podcast with those 0. Twitter, we are the Core Podcast, as well as YouTube and TikTok, which we never post stuff on. We should actually really do some more TikToks. Johnny's been an absolute hoot. It's been an absolute blast.
It's been very hot.
It has been hot.
Hmm.
Yes. But thank you for joining, everybody. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.